Welcome viewers, wherever you are in the world. Sydney Harbour 18-footer racing, the first Sunday in December. I'm Andrew Buckland. Joining me today in commentary on the camera cat, Phil Barnett, stepping in for Peter Shipway, who's been absent without leave on the Cabbage Island Yacht Race. Welcome, Cubby. Great looking day.
Yes, Bucko, it is. Look, this is our first skiff race for summer, being in December. I'm really looking forward to this. The breeze is building nicely, and look, you were right, Bucko. I hate to admit it. It was going to get a bit fresher, I think.
Yeah. So we just talk about that for a minute, Jimmy. The weather, little trough with an associated low pressure cell, not deep and not too intense, but nice. So Sydney Harbour looking pretty shiny and pretty windy. So we've got two races for the Alice Burton Memorial Trophy. Two short course, Jimmy, and
yes,
alarming short.
Very short. 1 nautical mile beat. 6 over 3, so 3 laps. Finish back down in the start area, but today we're down Taylor's Bay for the start, and we're working our way up into Rose Bay. Just like you were saying, Andrew, just on the other side of the white light, so the island will come into play.
Yep.
I thought you were going to throw to me with the weather then. I was starting to have heart palpitations.
No, Jimmy, I'll preserve that. You know,
Good.
But interesting and a little unusual. You know, trough not strong enough, not super cold, probably not going to rain on us or anything like that. And fast moving though, the system's, you know, ripping through. It's probably moving in a 30 knots roughly, so it's moving faster than the wind speed effectively, and probably won't propagate more than about 90 miles north of Sydney. So, you know, it's come from Montague Island this morning at 12, so it's got here in, you know, in reasonably quick time, the effect anyway, and water offshore warm. You know, typical Sydney Hobart conditions actually, Cup.
Well, Bucko, it is a good breeze, and we saw only a couple of weeks ago that good nor'easter on Sydney Harbour.
Yeah.
And that sorted a few of the crews out.
Noted.
You know, it was a building nor'easter with eventually a run out tide, and that brought a few of them undone off Bradley's.
Yeah.
So,
you know, we'll just talk about the impact of the compression of this, you know, 1 mile beat. Got to get probably 3 jibes in on the run. How are you placed?
You don't want to mess up.
No, that's right. And for the viewers who haven't heard from Cup before, JJ Gilman winner on the main sheet and on the helm, so he knows a little bit.
I think the big thing for us today is just keeping a close eye on the starts. I've been very impressed with the Vacaros system.
Yep.
And keeping it, you know, pretty much honest.
Absolutely. So, and you know, it's a little bit of a revelation, isn't it? The technology seems absolutely rock solid. It agonises the starting committee a little bit, though. I can tell you, they get anxious when it doesn't boot up instantly. You know, so that added to the and same for Chittenden, yes, indeed. So, but great stuff from the Vacaros boys.
Definitely an innovation in the right step. So what we've been noticing too is anyone who actually does get away to a good start has put themselves in good stead for that first work. So I call that easterly course I welcomed our boys to the 1%ers Club the other day. You know, if you can get round the first mark in the #1 spot in an easterly, you're welcome to that 1% club there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tricky little problem.
Yeah.
So, folks, today's race brought to you by the 18-footer Bar and Restaurant, which habituates the clubhouse at Double Bay. Extremely pleasant. And
fine tucker and crisp cold beer.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a bad combination. Yeah. But as you folks would observe from the background of our pictures here, Sydney Harbour a little busy. The Maxis are conducting a bit of shenanigans, Jimmy. 3 days of racing. Who would have thunk, eh?
Yeah, They well, they weren't originally meant to be sailing today for the Maxi Championship, so it wasn't really scheduled. And I think because all the staff's all in town, you might as well have them work. You're paying them anyway. So they finished the Cabbage Tree Island race, most of them yesterday morning. The Maxis and pocket Maxis in the afternoon. And then they in the afternoon. Sorry, Bucko, you're right. And then today and tomorrow they got 2 Windward Lewards scheduled, 2 short passage races, and then with a wrap up on Tuesday, the Solars Big Boat Challenge, which is 2 very hot laps around the harbour.
And it's pretty hot. It is pretty hot. Nothing like the 100-footer going towards the bricks at Manly with the 0 knot furling, is there?
It's not so much them, it's all of Shipways, mates. They all seem to take that as their annual Christmas party day to come out.
No, it's a popular event.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, exactly.
Exactly. So just got Shaw and Partners on screen. They've been having a good season so far, Bucko.
Yeah, and interesting, they're struggling a bit crew weight wise. Emma on the wood is quite a petite lady, and they've been puzzling about how to resolve the uprange issues.
Okay, and they got Cam McDonald on the sheet there, obviously giving a lot of experience. So
and also Tom Quigley in the bow.
Yeah,
Tom's been around long enough.
He has been around long enough now. He's almost a master.
Yeah, a grandmaster?
Not a grandmaster.
No, he's
I'll leave that for his dad.
He's on the make. So, folks, this is the second day of racing, and so last weekend, the first 2 races, the points leader, Andu, with a 1 and a 2. Yandu, second, with a 3 and a 1. The Rag and Famish with a 2 and a 4. Your name here? Cubby, your boys?
Oh yeah, we're keeping a loose eye on them.
A 5 and a 3.
Yeah, no, that was their best weekend since launching the new boat. So
yeah, no, they were terrific too.
Yeah. So
good.
All good.
Finport next with a 4 and a 6 with plenty of makeshift crew in that one. Fisher and Pykle 12 and a 5. Smeg 9 and an 8. Marine Outlet 6 and a 13. They had a bit of an accident in the second race. Shaw and Partners, as we discussed, 9 and 11, so solidly in around 10th, which is not a bad effort.
And back to the Your Name Here team. Like, if there is any sponsors out there, get in touch with Lisa at 18footers.com.au, and she'll happily have a chat with you and try and help the little charges from Des Moines Sailing Club rip in.
Yes. No, look, they're coming along nicely, Jimmy. There's still a little bit of improvement left in the brand new boat. It's been a bit of an eye opener. They had a pretty good setup last year with their old boat, and then they had to produce this new boat. And
there they are there on screen.
On screen. This the rig they've got on there is completely brand new. New jib, new main, new mast, new boat. So we've seen a little bit of go in this rig. The number 2 rigs seems to be in the ballpark. So good luck to them today.
Was this the one they tore the halyard on the other week, or was that the big rig?
So they...
no, that was a big rig.
Whatever rig that was, the Spinnaker halyard block, which is basically just lashed to the top of the mast these days with some Dynex, didn't have enough Dynex. And,
not enough knots.
Well, not enough knots. One
not
of the
enough knots. Yeah, if you can't tie knots, tie lots. Yeah. But they didn't damage the mast at all, which was surprising. But
I was amazed they were able to get the chute up.
Yeah, so they said it was
the Dynex running over the carbon tube. Ooh.
They said it was had a little bit of load on it.
Friction. Friction's the
friction.
word.
Friction.
Wow, it's coming a bit solid, the wind, Cubby. So, folks, we're expecting that, the tide is ebb, of not great consequence, I don't think, for today, but we're expecting it will build probably for another hour or so. We've just got the breeze a little bit right of where we started out. It might have been 150, and now it's probably 170, maybe 165, in that range. And the committee's just reset their starting line. But what we're expecting in the main, I suppose, Cup 15 to 20.
That looks about it, Bucko.
Yeah.
And we just got on screen Marine Outlet, one of the new sponsors this season. Had a little mixed bag so far this year. Are we getting close to what we would call halfway through the season?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet, no.
No?
1/3 of the way, Cup.
Well, coming up to Christmas.
Coming up to Christmas, yep. Keep off the turkey. But Marine Outlet with Cam Gundy and Charlie Gundy in front of John Cooley, and I saw John Cooley's dad this morning over at the CYCA. G'day to John, and he usually watches from Orange.
Okay.
There.
The coverage that Sailmeter's been able to get from around the world has just been fantastic. I know my brother's watching from North Carolina at the moment, so wow, how good's that?
Yep, I know, it's cool, isn't it? So, Cup, fair few crew changes in the fleet. On Andu today, on the stick, Sevi Jarvin stepping backwards off the main sheet, and Doro and Tommy Anderson in the bow, because the other boyos have been obviously engaged with maxi boat sailing and various other
Good
things.
experience there. Like how can you go wrong having Sevi on the wood?
Yeah,
Yeah. Good all round team.
yeah. And large chap at the back of the bus. How's that?
He's going to keep it, hold it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sev, good show.
Okay, the Noakes Red on screen. Beck Hancock, Digby Taylor, Daniel McLaughlin.
Crossover of... Wow, it's a bit solid, that little bit of puff there, Cubby. A bit of 20, I would say there. 18, certainly, yeah.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a nice sailing breeze for the number 2 rig. Not overly fresh, but enough for us to see 3 strings all day and a little bit of action.
3 jives in the run, are you good for it, mate? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I think the guys have come a long way. All the crews have improved since the start of the season.
No, by leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
Clearly, but...
I've caught a few of them out practicing during the week as well, so you've definitely got some interest amongst the fleet to do better.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about this, you know, I was talking to some of the club officials about it, that I thought that it took about, if you've got a 3-man unit, that took about 40 races before it actually worked without, you know, friction, shall we say, or, you know, intuitively, you know, on the other hand, I suppose. And so back in the day, we used to sail 40 races, you know, in half a season, effectively.
Yeah, no, Bucko, you're right. Look, it's a coordination thing between the 3 people. You know, the old saying, you know, you've got to have a champion team, not a team of champions, and you've got to have that sixth sense of knowing what your other crew member's going to do behind you or in front of you. And,
exactly.
If you don't get that timing right, you're in a bit of strife.
Yeah, yep. A lot of little non-verbal clues in what happens inside the boat.
That's right. Look, I've been watching. Look, there's a few different styles in the class at the moment.
Absolutely.
You've got a lot of the younger guys coming out of 49ers and stuff like that. They're using their skills they've learnt with the 49er. But then you've got Johnny Winning, you know, who's the old Grand Fox master, and sometimes he just sits in and holds it steady, and it's been good for them this season. You know? Look at their points. Undisputed.
So, Cubby, the committee done a great job, reset the whole start line, and we're just coming towards 3.5, 3:20 to go. Timer in the top right of the screen, and the line looks pretty smick to me. Jimmy, which side of the beat? Come on, ebb tide. What are you going to do?
Oh, go left.
Go
Big
left.
call.
I like kick calls.
Okay.
The breeze is all right, but yeah.
I'll be interested.
What's your thoughts, Bucko?
Don't know, actually.
We've got a skipper today. Okay, Cup, where are we going?
Cup.
I think it's going to be one of those days, personally, where you're going to see boats go left and right, and some of the boats are going to do the old Buffalo Girls, go around the outside of Shark Island in between Point Piper. So let's see. Lends itself, there's a touch of south in it.
So, some crew changes also on the Rag and Famish on screen there. the mighty rag, Tommy Needham and Max Paul substituting.
They had a good race last week, couple of good races.
No, they did.
They might lack a little bit of experience in 18-foot skiffs, but not in ability as sailors. So
No, they were pretty good.
yeah, good crew weight too there, I think.
So, folks, just looking up the track, just inside 2 minutes there now. Some low and cold cloud coming, Cubby. Get the Cunningham on a bit more, brother.
And the boom bang.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a simple game, isn't it?
It's a simple game for simple people. Yes, no. Okay, so they're being pretty respectful, Cub, aren't they? Lining up.
Yeah, well, I think they've learned to respect the Vaccaro system, and I'm just looking back behind our camera boat here. Just everyone's upright at the moment too. That's always a good sign.
Oh, yeah. So Andu coming in from the other end of the line on port with 1 minute 15. So the line length's about 40 seconds, so they can start anywhere. And they might be the first guys going out to the right, Jimmy.
The 18-footers bar and grill just went for a little swim.
Oh, there you go. Sponsor needed.
Yeah.
Una Minuta. Oh, and the Andu. Taking some risk and needn't quite pay the price.
Good save. Good save.
Good save. Wow. Wow.
All right, less than a minute to go, Bucko.
Yeah.
Getting to the business end.
Okay, so on the line itself, breeze below 15, but 100 metres upwind, Jimmy, 18 knots, yeah?
Absolutely. Lifting off, I've learnt this from you, Bucko.
Correct. We've only been here about 100 times.
And Du's in just a little bit of strife there. They're in irons.
No, they're in irons.
Yeah.
That might be a bit of a long day for them.
Closest to the start line looks like Balmain at the moment.
And they haven't been starting well, so they said they'd do some practice.
10 seconds to go.
Let's see how they go. They're not sheeted on yet, but down the leeward end, they're pretty good.
The windward end of the start line here, we're going to see Yandu come into the picture. The old fox.
And tack. You watch.
Okay.
Nice, everybody. Perfect.
Good start for Balmain.
Yep. So they did their practicing, obviously.
Yandu just coming in on screen now. He's a little bit closer to that windward mark, so there's a little advantage there. It's just whether he's far enough advanced.
And Andu coming around the back.
Lazarus also got a good start. Your name here's in the mix as well. They look like they've got a little bit of height out of the as they're heading over to Rose Bay.
So coming the Andu playbook out to the right in the slack water against the headland.
Just as you say it.
There we go.
And he goes Yandu.
Yeah, I know.
Following.
Woody likes the right-hand side in this. Fairly average tack.
Main sheet droppage.
It's all been done before.
Yeah.
Good recovery.
You see Lewis ended up down behind Fang there on that.
Yeah.
Okay, they're coming out of that. Marine outlet just tacking.
Yeah, I think the right will pay. Looking at what has actually occurred here now.
Oh, right leg in front of us here.
Now these are our young lads, young team. Oh, and they're actually going to be standing on the riding lever. So it's interesting how it sorts itself out pretty quickly. We've only gone about 200 metres and already we've had a couple of capsizes, boats going right, boats going left. Who's made the right decision?
No, I think the right's going to come out in front. But it's a pretty short beat, isn't it, Cub? So
just got Shaw and Partners tacking on screen. They're going middle of the road.
No, they're at the place where you've got to make a decision which side, basically. I think about where they are.
So it looks like the 6 skiff has got speed, but he's the furthest left. So,
and he started in row D.
Row D past the Jaffers.
Yeah.
Andu would probably be the furthest right, just over off Bradley's head. So there's a huge split in the thinking here.
Yeah. Here's the Finport, and today on that ship, Mika Lane, the super sub on the wood, and Kurt Venturos, a little return on the main sheet, and Phil Marshall, the only
Regular.
in the bow. But they'll have a good day out, I think, Jimmy, won't they?
Yeah, well, Kurt's been out for, 2 years
Yeah.
with his injury and then other commitments, and then
Mika sailed the boat last week.
Mick has sailed the last 2 weeks, and
So
but he's had the thing on fire.
he's got rid of rust.
No. I'd expect them to do well.
Thank you.
And Kurt's big enough. I mean, Mika's not the biggest bloke, but Kurt is he's been in a healthy paddock, I would say.
Got some leverage.
Yeah.
6 almost capsizing there.
All right, they're running out of roadway over here, so there's going to be tax on most of these left-handers.
Yeah. So this is the left-hand side of the fleet here, guys. Short tacking in. Finport leads this bunch. There you go.
And nicely too. Nice.
Yep.
Boats are lifting in here, which
A bit dangerous.
yeah, I know. You know, if you come into this shore, you want to be getting headed in here and lifting out. Maybe later on this afternoon, that'll be the case.
Oh, that's when I thought Bucko was asking which side to go. I was thinking later on the Savo.
He'll get it right at some stage.
Yeah.
A bit like Craig Nichols in a nor'easter going to Canai Point in the 16-footers.
I watched the 16s race the other day, and I didn't realise Craig was still sailing.
He's not really sailing, but he's sailing.
Okay. So
One of your old flatmates.
the leader on this side of the track. Finport crosses Balmain by a boat length.
I think we're just seeing a little consolidating of the breeze here, Bucko. There's a few extra knots over here.
Yeah, up 20. Yeah. Nice smooth water and 20, not bad.
Pretty good. Let's have, we're right on Finport here. They're about to tack, so let's give this a critique.
A rating? Ah, not bad.
Michael dropped his hat.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find him a new Sail Media hat, mate.
Not a bad tack for 18, 20 knots of wind.
All right, he looks like he's lifting out of here now too. He might have been just high enough into Rose Bay to get the benefit of the lift. So he looks all right at the moment. How's our boats going on the right-hand side there, Bucko?
Well in front.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong going to the right, but as long as you stay in the breeze over there, that's the big killer. Sometimes it just gets a little bit light.
This is pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
The Roseboat funnel working pretty effectively.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, no, look, and you got all the charter boats up here to the left. That's probably going to affect the wind pattern.
There's a mark. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Finport's still looking great there at the moment.
And he's a boat that lets tax rule if nothing else. And, you know, history would tell us that keep these ones as simple as you can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Your name here is just tacked right on Shark Island. He's coming out on starboard. He's had a pretty good run in there. He's
in the mix.
He's in the mix, Bucko?
Yep.
Yeah.
Finport leads though, yeah? On this side.
There's the other side on screen now.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so it's the...
do your best guesstimation there, Bucko.
Well,
there, I think you can see from here that Yandu, Woody, he's doing pretty well.
and Andrew's up on his hip, I think. Well, they might have slowed down a bit. No, he's... So
Your name here just crossing Finport, Bucko.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's got wheels, come.
Seems to. Let's see how they go. Like, I think you're right, though. The right-hand side's probably paid good dividends here.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's either going to be Yandu or Marine Outlet or Andu in the top three.
Well, Andu might be on the low line, which in this wind speed might be a thing.
Well, I don't know. The mark's a long way up. Okay. Yeah, race leader Yandu in for the time being.
So 6 length lead to Yandu over Finport. But I think Yandu's in front.
All right, let's see the cross. And definitely the boat's coming in from the right-hand side of had the wind this time round.
Yeah. Yandu's in front. Okay, fair enough.
It's close.
Quite comfortably in front, I think.
Breeze freshening right at the top mark up here as well.
Don't forget, Andu had that horror start with the nines, and had to take everyone's stern.
Yeah,
so.
he started it right where, so it's been a big win for the ride.
All right, Andu just tacking on screen. They'll be a little bit short of the lay, so they'll be able to tack and give themselves a bit of time to bear away to get around that top mark. So
action stations here, Cup. Back on the bus, got the bang in hand.
Ease enough, don't sink me.
Ease me, send me, don't sink me.
Yeah, really average tack on the Yandu. But he's still going to lead. He's going to be first round.
Yep.
The old fox. Wow. That's fantastic. We're going to see some action on this next run, I reckon.
Yeah. So Yandu must have the wheels on. They were in row.
Yeah.
And
struggling to get away. There's a little bit of extra puff. Let's have a look.
Plenty of wind.
He's got a great crew, eh?
Oh yeah, no.
Puff that just hit Andu that was on.
It's red hot.
Just off
Andu
screen.
around in second spot. I think we'll see a faster set from the Andu. Marine Outlet in third. Great effort.
Those Gundy boys.
Finport round in fourth. Ooh. And then we've got a little bit of a mixed bag. You've got Smeg, Your Name Here, and maybe Shaw and Partners might squeeze them.
Shaw and Partners, I think, will squeeze them here.
I think you're right.
Cubby?
Yep. Although, Your Name Here rolling over the top of them. Beautiful.
That's okay, they're at the mark.
Yeah, plenty on at the barrelway, isn't he?
Oh yeah, no, just a little lull now, Jimmy, so the Shaw and Partners pretty good.
Great.
Nice and upright, so that's pretty hot stuff.
Fisher and Pike just struggling a little to get to that mark.
And this will be dangerous, Cubby, won't it? The down-speed barrelway. What could go wrong here? I can think of some things. Oh.
Okay. Finport on screen there, fully wicked up. They're going to love this run. It's going to be free, but it's going to be
young, wild and free, eh, Cubby?
Yes. What I mean by free is they can just, they're not trying to lay the next mark from here. They're going to have to do a few jibes to get to the bottom, like we were talking about before, Bucko. So they can just let the boat speed soak up the boat speed. They get a gust, they'll just bear away and run as deep as they can. Good bit of VMG.
1 and in, Cup. From the lay line.
Well, I think you'll find Woody will be sitting in. Great sight there, Fisher and Pykle. They've had a mixed bag for the season so far. A few good spots, a couple of average results. Geez, Jimmy, what speed are we doing here? Like,
it's a casual 30 knots at the moment, Cubby.
Casual 30 knots. I mean, we are catching them, so the boats aren't doing 30 knots, but the sheer speed. I watched a couple of the guys in the good nor'east the other day trying to do jibes, and they were getting the speed wobbles and maybe not completing the jibe as well as they should have. And
so what tips have you got for those young blokes, Cubby?
Well, I think you've got to. You've just got to do everything right, obviously. Like just
practice, baby, practice.
Look, lots of practice, but just slow your manoeuvres down a little bit. You don't have to do the manoeuvre at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Find yourself a little bit of flat water, maybe a light spot in the breeze, and then
yeah, we saw in particular, I think,
just be smart.
The Royal Oak eating it in the roughest, strongest, awkwardest place.
Yeah, well, like in particular, the boys on Balmain, they were closing in real quick on Bradley's head, and obviously nowhere to go. They just ended up having to rush everything. which was a bit unfortunate for
but they
him.
didn't tip over the uni. They did the right thing. Took the chute down.
Yeah, but they went above the reef and had to drop the chute, tack, come back. Like, they stayed afloat, and Andu at the moment struggling. We're just out of shot at the moment. Andu nearly capsized then.
So Finport roaring into contention. Oh, sorry, Marine Outlet roaring into contention. Here you come.
Yep, absolutely. I think he's picked his line pretty well. We've got boats behind us that are lower down the course. So let's see how they go.
So he'll just go to the left-hand mark.
I'm thinking there's a couple of boats behind us dropping shoots, so they've gone way too far with their jibe selection.
Jibe angle in this wind speed cup about 70, so 10 less than mid-range, approximately.
Yep. So Yandu still looking like our race leader at this stage.
No, Marine Outlet will lead Hiccup, I think, nearly.
Jibe drop.
Jibe drop coming around this corner.
He's going to go out to the left. Woody's going to go out to the right again.
Yeah.
Interesting tactic from Marine Outlet. Like, they went right first work,
Yeah.
got themselves into the race, and now they're choosing to go left.
Yeah, but safe also, Cub. Jibe drop, safe. And congestion on the right-hand side of the track. So where Yandu's going, on the other side there, only a short runway and the spectator ferry.
Marine Outlet's going to sail back into the body of the fleet here. So, all right. So Yandu, current leader.
Yep. And Finport and Marine Outlet probably equal second, more or less. And Andu back to fourth with some little problem on the run there. But still, good make-up on the first beat.
I think they're just a little crew work combination thing going on with the Andu.
Yeah.
Certainly not a lot of height there.
But breeze faded again. Jimmy lifted off at the bottom here, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Lifted off at the bottom and increased at the top.
Yep.
So definitely some of the party boats got in the way of a few of the skiffs coming downhill.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's very tragic. A couple of these mark roundings, boats going slow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, early drops and a bunch of other issues.
Yep.
Lazarus not dropping at all. Yeah.
Probably the biggest gain. Probably see them coming onto screen now. The Rag and Famish have done pretty well on that run.
Yeah. So wind speed 12 to 20. Things a little bit untidy at the bottom here.
This is going to give them some good practice today, I think. You know, 2 races. We've got our 3rd and 4th heat of the state championship. So,
Well, Cubby, 2 compressed course 3-lappers does tend to exercise all aspects.
going to sharpen the crew work ever so slightly.
Yeah.
All right, there's a good bunch there. Lazarus, Kitchen Makers, 6, and
The Rag and
Famish, which came down there pretty well, but didn't quite execute that rounding as well as you would have liked. So big bunch of boats going out to the right again this time, Bucko. I think
Well, maybe they took notes, did they?
they took notes.
There's currently only 2 boats going out to the left, which is Smeg and Your Name Here.
All right, rolling the dice. But typically, if this southerly has come through, Bucko, you might add some comment to this, but as the afternoon goes through, the southerly front moves along. It will tend to go into the southeast in any direction. Like if it's going to swing at all, it'll swing from the south to the southeast.
Yeah, but I think you'll find that the peak wind speed, you know, it'll stay around where it is, 160 probably compass. And it, as it, you know, has to lighten before it can rotate. So,
Yeah, no.
And looking upwind now, you'd say there's a little more build yet to come.
Great shot on screen of the Andu. they've definitely got the boat speed. They just need to manage their
combination issues.
Yeah, a little bit. But,
A brand new wreck up at Sill.
But Yandu, still our race leader in the distance. Marine Outlet doing their bit. There's Finport in second, I think, Bucko.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah. One thing that's nice is the water's flat up here. Like
Lovely, isn't it?
We've got your 15, 18 knots in here, and but the water is flat as skiff sailors like.
Race leader on screen leads by about 5 boat lengths, which is of little consequence because the gains on the cornering and losses on the cornering.
And what we spoke about earlier too, you've got to be careful is we're just noticing up here towards Point Piper that the breeze has lightened just a little bit.
Well, Cubby, the rule of thumb says 15 times the land height to leeward, right? So how high is the top of the roof on the top of Point Piper?
What are we saying? It's
100 metres, call it 100 metres.
okay, let's round figures is good.
Yeah, in round figures. And 15 times that is 1 mile in very round figures.
Okay.
And 1 mile is down at the bottom mark. So,
All right, well, let's see.
you can expect some reduction. The leader on starboard going towards Shark.
Who's sailing with Woody this season?
That would be the mighty Finn Warren and the mighty Lewis Brake.
Right, good crew.
Oh, ace. Absolutely ace. And isn't he?
Okay. They don't seem to be lifting as much on their starboard tack here as they were last time.
Sorry, viewers, Lewis is there. He had been undergoing maxi boat duties, but there's reporting good results from the additional 15 kilograms of Mr. Brake.
I think that's one of the big questions about the skiffs. Now, there's sort of a really niche weight range for the crew. I think somewhere between sort of your 250 and your 300 kilos.
265 and 280, to be more precise.
Thank you. I knew you didn't know. I'm noticing that the heavier crews always seem, once they get out on the wings, they always seem to have that great advantage, I think. I think I'd rather be slightly heavier than on the light side. Okay, now Woody's in the Yandu is just making a little fibber of him. He's lifting quite nicely there at the moment, so he'll that's it. So just Marine Outlet on screen there, and our race leader Yandu in the distance. All seem to have lifted another 5 degrees here, so they're sailing right up into Rose Bay now, like probably lifted 10 degrees in the last 500 metres.
I'll tell you what, Marine Outlet's not far off the lead here.
Yeah, no,
high right and on the inside.
Sailing it, but beautifully flat.
And going pretty fast too, Cup.
Yeah, no, look, it's an older boat.
Yeah.
Geez, they're sailing well.
Yeah. So all these 3 leaders, 2 tacks to get to the top. Breeze upwind of us about 18 knots, and high right. So delay the tack as long as you think you can. Waiting for the wind just to switch
Looks
back
like
to the.
Here goes Yandu on the tack.
Yeah. Back to the median. No, he's into a little header on the right, on the left edge. He still leads, but not by very much.
There's a bit of a, the 1, 2 and 3 just to our left here. And there's a bit of a gap back to the main peloton of the fleet that come in from the right, Bucko. But your name here, who's the only boat we know of that went left, probably made a little bit of a gain from where they rounded at the bottom mark. So
Yeah, these guys have done a fair bit of tacking by from where the bottom mark was set.
Yeah, yep. So your name here just tacking in the distance for the top mark. See how that pans out. Probably not so good by the looks of it.
6, I think, Cup.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky, exactly. Yeah, Yandu's going to lead by 3-4 boat lengths.
It's just on the Yandu now. Let's watch them go around this mark. It's still quite windy here, Bucko. That's as you.
Yeah, nice pressure too coming.
Here we go.
So good, right?
Woody's already sitting in anticipation.
Oh,
there they go.
Whoa.
Not too bad.
Rock and roll.
Nice. Set themselves up nicely with a leeward set.
Yeah.
Very square. Marine outlet second.
Nice bear away too. It's all good.
A windward set of the Spinnaker for the marine outlet. Nice and square.
Which the crews aren't concerned about, evidently. Oh yeah, heat her up, boys. Come on.
And the fin port round in third. Andu's going to be fourth.
And looking a bit dusty, the Andu on the tacking, as you might expect with a all-new combo.
Yep.
On the fin port, not the best set either. Oh well, here we go. The Andu in a nice little lull.
Textbook.
6 having a swim in the background of that shot. Do they save it?
How about that for a bit of low-risk manoeuvring, Cub?
Well, they've
got the prawn.
So they're going to go to the left of the island downwind by the looks of it. Okay.
I haven't got the tack out, Cubby.
No risk involved here, Cub. The tack is in the water.
Balmain round next. Followed closely by Fisher Pike.
Wow. That's pretty aggressive from Sev. Oh well. Faint heart and a fair maiden, etc.
All of the above. And
Your boys. Your name here. Bit of water skiing, but good.
We better get on our way down there, or else we're going to miss them at the bottom mark.
Yeah, I think, Jimmy, that Yandu and Marine Outlet have skated away on the face of a boomer. And they've actually slid away from Marine Outlet a fair way. Sorry, away from Finport a fair way.
We'll just go pole back and run square.
Yeah, we got the VMG's impressive.
okay, Rag and Femis has dropped back in that leg. I didn't see what happened to them, but all the gains were, looks like they've been lost, I think. Good shot of the Balmain boys on screen. Like they started particularly well in their good nor'east a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and they're hanging in there.
Pushing the boat to the limit.
They've improved out of sight, Cubby. Like,
they're one to watch, definitely. So what we've got to factor in here, Bucko, is we've got our race leader Yandu on screen. Yandu went right out to the left on this downwind, so he's in good breeze out there to the left. We'll just have to see how it all pans out for him.
Well, it's the flip side of the beat, isn't it? It should be a port drive header, provided you've got enough wind.
We're just watching Yandu at the moment, and he's maxed out there.
He's overstood.
He might have to drop early, and that's slow. So we'll work that out.
Breeze has rotated a little.
Yandu's jibed and coming back in from the left-hand side. So.
Yeah, and these guys are both overstood, Cup. The first and second boats are, I know, the Marine Outlet's back to VMG running.
Marine Outlet still hanging in there.
Absolutely. This
great close shot there of the Yandu. Johnny Winnie.
About to enjoy a bit of traffic and a bit of powerboat wash.
Okay, so looks like he's made it.
No, he's low.
You think he's still low? Just an early drop.
Yeah.
It's not going to be too bad for him.
Yeah. No, the Marine Outlet's slightly better alignment. And the Yandu from fourth going to get this right on the hammer.
So
Look at Marine Outlet going in on the lay line. Pretty good.
we're going to get a shot shortly over the end. He's just coming in maxed out.
Full hook.
This is what Sammy Newton lives for. Action.
Marine Outlet dropping their Spinnaker now, so Yandu leads. Marine Outlet still going to hang in there in second. Yandu is probably looking at a jibe. There he goes.
Yeah.
He's going to go out to the left again. Little messy.
Oh, and Marine Outlet's overshot a
Right.
little bit.
Okay.
But
Yandu's still not.
oh, he's in
comfy.
trouble. And
Has
he's
he
in
got
trouble.
Spinnaker over the side, maybe? No.
Yeah, yes, he has.
Right, couple of kilos
Yes, he
of
has.
prawns.
Yeah, we ordered 3.
Well, it is Christmas time.
Christmas, kilos, prawns. Oh, and
it's-
gone.
Gonski.
Lost steerage, wake up.
Slow and
Slow and...
everything else.
Yep.
Yeah, bad.
So that's what happens when you've got a brand new lineup in the boat to some degree.
You know, you're a split second from that happening. Most times you drop the Spinnaker, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah.
Just that one handful.
3 extremely fine sailors, but
Yeah.
the combo not quite there.
Yeah. So Finport there. What's that put them in 4th spot?
Yeah, so
Yep.
they've been hanging there in 4.
Shore and Partners and Smeg on a hot one coming into the mark.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Still got to get those Spinnakers off. You just got to make sure they leave themselves plenty of time. Fisher and Pikell, your name here round
Yeah.
next.
Well, the Shore and Partners was too conservative at the bottom last time, and it cost them. And they've done a pretty nice job this time. Alignment and timing-wise, pretty close to optimum.
Yep.
And Tommy Anderson in the bow of the Andu going, why did I come back from retirement?
Tommy's probably looking for a bit of oxygen there at the moment.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I'm going to have the weight of a couple of mooring blocks on that Spinnaker at the moment, I think.
Yeah, no, they get exceptionally heavy, exceptionally quickly, Cub, don't they? Anyway,
Anyway, they look like they're just about recovered, but that's cost them a good half a dozen places, I'd say. All right, so we got. All right, so most of the boats this time, except Balmain, have chosen to go to the Bradley side, the right-hand side of the course, Bucko.
wow, it's just convenience, isn't it, Cub? They end up lined up like that, and let's not make it complicated, right?
We're only skiff sailors.
Yeah, but there's enough wind that just low error rate will get you on the podium.
Yes, that's right. And keeping it upright, as we discussed before.
Yes.
So-
And Andu continues to continue here. Yandu, sorry. Yandu.
He's showing them what to do. Young John Winning and his crew.
Now, take.
Ooh, burrowing, just capsizing behind us.
Cub, you have to be careful. The tongue-in-cheek, your cheek will break if you say young John Winning one more time.
I'm not sure if all of Burrowing's crew went around that mark. So
That's a polite way of putting it, is it, Cub?
one of them was in
So
the
they
water.
capsized on the mark, literally.
Yes.
So, folks, we are motoring up the beat here
Okay.
with the 3rd and 4th place boats. Marine Outlet has had a little bath as well. Just coming into screen now.
There they go.
And
That was just a quick capsize in the tank,
Yeah.
but you can see how much time you lose.
yeah. But wind speed up to probably 20 in the puffs now on a regular basis. So just a bit more breeze than it was for the first half of the race.
Your name here, just tacking. Nice and flat. Bit of breeze coming towards them, gust on.
Notice the blue foot straps on the your name here, Cubby, did Dan peel them out off the old Xerox and have them stashed in the shed, or?
No, they're actually really fancy, those ones. Come off someone's windsurfer, I think. Oh, Woody's just had a bad tack.
I think he was just in the... Is he in the waves of the powerboat? Just
Okay.
went past?
Anyway,
Lucky Shipway's not here.
he's rolling again.
A kumquat
No, we've got to present an award today, Cup.
to Shippo.
No, VIP membership for the Kumquat Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Are we on the lookout?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good day for Kumquat, so it's too windy.
They'll all be hiding at anchor, having a few coldies on. All right, so the new second place looks like Balmain. Yeah.
Hanging in there. Hanging in there.
There we go, on screen now, Balmain. So they're just having, they're chipping away.
Low error rate.
Low error rate.
They started well, but then the first people wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
And they got the bottom jibe angle a bit wrong, but they've just kept at it.
So we've got two Finns in the Balmain. We've got Henry Larkins, Finn Sprott, and Flynn Toomey. They're sailing exceptionally well today. Like,
No, we've got Andrew McConnell on the main sheet, I think.
okay,
today.
a little crew change.
Yeah.
Look, it's something we were talking about earlier, Bucko, the amount of crew changes in the boat. So in the good old days, we probably didn't change that much at all. If we had a day off, it would have been, at the deathbed. Now there's a bit of mix and match going on, and they're all stepping up. A lot of these guys, mates, are just chafing to get in and have a race with them.
Yeah. And, a little nucleus in the class of 16 and 49er sailors and graduates from the IRS 49er program.
Yep, fantastic.
And they've all been coached by the same guys and got the same messages, so it's not as bad as it might seem.
Yep.
But,
there's a good depth of talent there to come and sail the boats, which is great.
But, there's no actual 49er fleet in Australia anymore, so that source might have sort of dried up, and so perhaps back to the 16s to some degree.
These things go on swings and roundabouts, though, don't they? Like, you sort of lose a few good crews, and then all of a sudden you get some younger guys coming through, male and female. Like, I'm really impressed with Australia's sailing talent at the moment.
Oh, yeah, no. There's plenty of skill around.
Yeah. Balmain on screen there. Look, they're sailing it beautifully flat. It's a bit gusty up through this.
This time it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Dardanelles has got us.
The Dardanelles. Balmain just looks great there. Beautifully trimmed, flat, crews working hard.
No, the straight line is very, very good. The cornering, not quite up to standard yet.
Is our race leader, and it just probably extended a little bit up this work, Bucko.
Well, the other guys all tipped over, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So what have we got? I think we've got Yandu close to about a minute in front.
More than. Yeah.
All right, let's...
90 seconds, Cup.
Okay. He's definitely extended. And there's no contenders here either. He just needs to get around this top mark, and he's off towards the finish line. So
Yeah. And he knows where the ley line is from the previous run. The wind is basically the same strength and direction. Just sail until you hit Nielsen Park and then chive.
just got to concentrate on getting the barroway done.
He's in a fair bit of wind here, Cup.
Yeah, no, but it's flat. I like it.
It chimes in, all good.
Yeah, Spinnaker's going up. Beautiful. That's the beauty of being able to pull away a little bit around the top mark. Keeping the boat flat while the crew get the Spinnaker up. You can actually help the crew get the Spinnaker up by running a bit squarer and making the Spinnaker easy to set behind the jib.
Yeah. and the acceleration, you know, the speed doesn't wipe off that quickly in this amount of wind, does it?
No.
So the Yandu off to the races. Sorry, viewers, lost the vision here. Sorry, folks. Talk me into the top mark on the Balmain, come.
Well, he's coming thick and fast. He's on a lane now. So let's just watch. He's on screen now, and we'll just watch the bear away as they go around. He seems to have got himself into a comfortable second spot as well.
I think that's how you would describe it,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Here we go.
Yeah,
We're
so
having a little bit of trouble.
No, it's very frisky up there at the moment.
Yeah.
A minute 10 to lead, and add a bit to the lead for his lack of bear away, right?
All right. They still haven't got away yet. They're thinking about it.
No.
It's the worst feeling. He's struggling big time up there at the moment.
Yeah.
It looks like a little light spot coming to him now.
They're away now.
Yeah. So that was good patience.
He's given away a bit of time to the Finport skiff, though.
But Cub, better to give away a little than get in a rush and...
No.
Go join the swimming club.
Yeah, he's much better than upright.
Go to the green room or not. So we're on Yandu now on an absolute screamer going to the finish. I think they're on the lay, Jimmy.
Finport's had a little bit of trouble getting around the top mark. He's done a Balmain. Yeah, great shot on screen. That is an 18-foot skiff in perfection.
And it's pretty windy there. That's probably above 22. By the body language and the posture.
I think that drone footage is doing its own commentary. It's
Sensational.
isn't it great?
So body language there says we are not laying the finish.
I think we're there, Bucko. The mark's to leeward of him.
I think they're...
Like, just.
Yeah, I can see it. No, it's a good line.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, no. When he got off the end of the wing, got scared.
Okay, there's been a slight change in the placings behind us. Balmain's still comfortably second, but your name here moved up into third spot.
Enough bounce down here that you could have an accident though, Cub, if you weren't looking or concentrating.
Yeah, I don't think you can set a longer finish line.
No, it's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Woody's pretty comfortable there. And he's got good boat speed, but he's not fully pressed. So John Winninger's sitting half in. He's very comfortable when he's there, just concentrating. You can see the concentration on his face.
Yeah, from the back of his head. Sensation.
Okay.
Easy win. 90s.
Yeah, great sailing all around.
90s. 90 seconds, I would say.
All right, you got the clock on him, Bucko?
Roughly.
That'd almost go down as a faultless performance from Woody and his crew.
No, it's pretty good. So looking at wind, folks, breeze now up to 25 knots. A little build, Cubby. How about that?
Yeah, no, we're starting to see some white caps on the water now, Bucko. So that's a good indication the breeze has picked up a little.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Oh, well, the wind blowing the tops off the waves, mate.
The sheep in the paddock.
Okay, sheep in the paddock, as the Kiwis would say. Now, we're on Balmain here at the moment. So there's number 2.
They've got another job to do, Cubby.
Maybe for the Balmain boys.
No, they'll lay the committee back, I think, Jimmy. One way or another.
Hold that.
I think we'll have a bet on that one, Bucko.
I said maybe. Little header coming, Cup. Look.
Okay.
Look out the window.
That'll be a big header.
Yep.
Here we go. Jive now.
He's chosen to jive in the lull.
Well, that's what we're talking. Oh, he's struggling. It hasn't been perfect. You're right about the lull.
A safety jive without much safety.
Okay, now the run. Now this finish line's very long, and we've got your name here coming in from the right. So it's going to be close, this finish, Bucko.
We'll get right down on this finish line and have a look.
Cubby, stop talking. Just stop talking it up, will you?
Okay. Look, Balmain's only about 20 metres from the finish line. So well done to them for second.
Yeah, a 90-second margin between them and Yandu.
Okay, and here we go. Your name here, another third placing for them in their series. So that was a big comeback for them. They were deep.
Yeah, but they pretty error-free after the first run, so
That's good. Fisher and Pike crossing the line now, so that's fourth. And we've got the Smeg coming in for 5. They're going to lay that line. Shaw and Partners and Andu will be in the mix after that. Now there's a little bit of a gap to the remainder of the fleet.
So who got third after all that? Your boys.
Yeah, your name here. Third.
And fourth?
Was Fisher and Pike.
Good effort from them.
Yeah.
Smeg
And Smeg. Yeah.
and Shaw and Partners and Andu.
Just not probably Shaw and Partners over Andu, but not 100%
The
sure.
pin looks a bit further uphill, so we'll
Yeah.
give it to them. The camera cat scoreboard may not be the official scoreboard, but
Might not be quite exactly correct.
We'll stand corrected.
Provisionally.
Okay, crossing the line now, Marine Outlet. So they went from Peacock to Feather Duster.
No, they must have gone in the tide with the shooter, didn't
Yeah, probably.
they? Yeah.
we'll be waiting a while for the next boat. Who I know is the kitchen maker.
So a fair proportion of the fleet had a little visit to the riding lever. And only the 2 leaders, I think, were clean actually cut.
Yep. Your name here, they didn't swim either, so...
Oh, they got close.
Yeah. Close but no cigar.
Yeah. No, were they in the tide on the beat?
No.
That was Marine Outlet, yeah. Sorry.
That was Marine Outlet.
Yeah, sorry.
You can't even wish them in, Bucko.
I've sunk a few boats, you know.
Well, I think there was a lot of changes in the fleet just behind the leader, John Winning, and the Andu. So exciting racing to watch if you're watching the Sail Media coverage.
Yeah, and the 1 mile leg length certainly adds a bit of spice, doesn't it?
Look, it's a good test. This you've got the island in the middle up there, which is it's just coming into the tactics of all the crews. There's always going to be a slight difference in going to the right to going to the left here on Sydney Harbour. Tide still running out, so that affects them a little bit. If anything, the run out tide will help them by going to the right.
Yeah.
And that massive flow straight from the bridge down round Shark Island and out through the heads.
Yeah. So, Cubby, there's 2 things at work. One is that, and the second thing is the 6th in 10th, is that right?
No, I think they're just a lap down. I think they're just coming back to rally up for the next race, same as Noakes Red are already back down here.
New formation laps, you mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. So,
I think our next boat to possibly finish, they got given a hooter, but as I said, I think they only did 2 laps, not 3.
I don't think they got around.
a little bit of ebb tide and a bit of right hand out of Double Bay itself. The breeze is a bit further right from the funnel.
The next boat to be coming home, which is just off Steel Point, is the Rag and Famish, followed by the Burrowang.
In the distance.
And they have definitely been on the riding lever.
We saw that.
Yep.
I think you're right there, Bucko. If there was the boats that went right, obviously it paid. The little factors that were involved were they got a good start, plus it was an ebb tide and a slight little bit of south coming out of Double Bay.
Yep, that's right.
All advantages.
Little tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
And all the guys are racked up on starboard are having a little fight with each other and they're slowing each other down a little tiny bit as well.
I think because the start line too is pretty long. A lot of guys thought there was a bit of an advantage down there, a little bit closer to the east, So maybe, you know, just it's something you would have tossed over in the boat between the crew just before the start.
Yeah. Pretty good line though. I think you could have started anywhere and come out all right if you were rocking and rolling. So
what do you think the crews are thinking about now, Bucko?
I think they'd be looking at the sky and going, I hope it doesn't get too much windier. That would be what I'd be hoping. But
so we've got a bit of a mix now. We've got some guys that have done well. We've got some guys that are tired from being on the riding lever.
Yeah. Back in the day, Cubby, the rule used to be, did it not? 3 capsizes and you better go home, right?
We shortened that up to 2.
See, 16-footer boys, a bit less, right?
They're a bit softer.
Soft.
Hopefully they got some racing in today. The 16-foot skiffs up at Belmont.
Yeah, last day of the state titles up at Belmont. That's why a lot of change of crews are on here.
Yeah. Have you had any results beamed in from up there? Or?
Not as yet, Cubby, but the guys on the Moon and Yacht, Daniel Turner, he'll be pretty hard to knock off. He's had 3 bullets and they didn't have any racing yesterday because of the lack there of breeze up at Belmont.
Lack of.
Yeah, which is zilch. Can be like that in Belmont.
They apparently made up for it in the bar, that most of the guys.
There's only a good skiff crew would do.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so Cubby, let's go the provisional scorecard.
Yeah, okay.
Camera Cat unofficial. Yandu an all-the-way win. Balmain in second. Your name here. Your boys in third. Well done. 4th, Fisher and Pykell. 5th, Smeg. 6, Shaw and Partners. 7, Andu after a untidy-looking swim.
Yes.
Marine Outlet also swim. In 8th, in 9th, Kitchen Maker, and 10th, Dragon Famish. And that'll do for now, as we emphasise, unofficial.
Burrowing just crossing the line now, so they've obviously finished.
Yeah. They got a herd up, but I think we're into the sequence fairly shortly.
You'll have the Vicaris T- will come up, Bucko.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd push Yandu into the overall lead on the series, I would suspect.
That is completely correct, Cub.
Yep. And
1-1-3 usually wins most regattas.
Interesting.
Looks like we're having a bit of a change of course numbers.
2 laps instead of 3.
Yeah, I think 2.
Yeah, so I think good decision from the committee. Building breeze, it looks a bit carnagey, the wind strength now almost. And they'd be mindful of the fact that of A, the forecast, and B, the crews have a fair bit of duress.
So that's
a little 12-foot skiff on screen.
Yeah, and the rescue boats are at full stretch with a variety of craft. Downstream here of us, 12-footer racing also on the harbour today.
They're a wild bit of kit, aren't they, the 12s?
Yeah. So for the offshore viewers in particular, the 12-footer, kind of the last bastion of unrestrictedness. 4 rigs, the smallest rig about 13 square metres.
I think they're still unrestricted.
Yeah, I said unrestricted, yes.
Absolutely. But
and the big rig about 45 square metres.
Big is best.
Big is best.
Yeah.
So, Cap, did you ever have the privilege of getting on one of those?
Sorry?
Did you ever have the privilege of getting on a 12?
Look, I might have sailed one day with Michael Rennie in a 12-foot skiff.
Oh, okay, me too. One day and going, I never want to see that boat ever again.
No, right? No, especially after he pulled the ciggy out of the tank to have a smoke upwind.
He was a bit of a legend, Mike Rennie, the class boat builder at the time.
Yeah.
Amazing fellow.
Oh, they were all legends. I think you needed to be a legend to have a go at a 12-foot skiff.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've got a few boats capsized at the moment around us, Bucko.
Did I say that? I mentioned it, didn't I?
I know, but
and they're mostly 12-footers, but it's breeze now, as we said, perhaps getting towards 25. And mostly 12-footers, but there's an 18-footer right there in front of us.
Smeg
by
just,
the name of Smeg, indeed, with the tip of the mast upwind and the spectator ferry getting in their way.
There's the 12 in the tide.
Yeah.
One of two.
just got a little message through from Jack McCartney, one of the former greats of this lovely class, skipper of the Tech 2 back in the day.
Yeah.
He says if your name here goes the right-hand side, they win.
There you go.
That's a big statement.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah,
Do the Baz thing and move your hat to which side.
yeah, I'll have to get something going. Yeah. Thanks, Jack.
So Jack, freshly back also from the Cabotree Island race as the captain of the mighty Celestial. Only got 5th, but it was a TP 52 benefit on IRC corrected. But they were in the hunt. But the low-rated TP won the event on IRC. Anyway, here we go. The kitchen maker coming back down. No signals on the boat, but they've changed the course to 2 laps. So just here we go.
No, that was for Royal Oak crossing the line back up.
The Royal Oak finishing fullback. Is that fullback?
Fullback, but they finished, so
yeah.
good effort.
No, they determined chaps. And it's sort of weird, isn't it? They have a bad day and they go on the tide. They have a good day, they're first. It's kind of a bit of up and down about their performances.
Well, the other week when we had that big nor'east, you know, they were just persistent. They got there in the end and they won the championship.
I think they got 4th that day, didn't they?
4th or 5th.
A distant 4th or 5th.
5th, and that was enough for them to secure the spring championship, which was great.
Yeah, unbelievable. It was. I thought they'd thrown that away. Unfortunately, they got that bad capsize that we all remember. I sat there and watched it a few times. It was exciting.
It was a classic, wasn't it?
Got the speed wobbles.
Got the ski tips crossed, I'd say, covered how I'd describe it.
That's exactly.
There he is there.
That
Just
was.
got a Jack on the ferry.
Yeah. Beer in hand by the looks of it.
Yeah.
You'll have to get him out as a commentator.
Tried a few times. He has quite an array of excuses.
Might I mention?
I knew I wasn't first choice.
Might I mention
You were
coming?
first choice.
The breeze appears to be freshening.
Good. We're going to see some more
Carnage.
More carnage. Yeah. So, what do we got? Same course number, just less laps.
1 lap less.
Right. So
Come on, boys, you need 4 more good jives minimum. Ooh, and more little dark brown clouds coming.
2 good jobs if you're willing to push it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, isn't it? If you just sail down past Nielsen Park, go to the lay line.
And be happy with an early drop and a 2 sail in.
Yeah,
You'll get away with it.
You'll get
I
away.
think you've got to be careful about, trying to pull one of these skiffs up. Like, as soon as you start taking the pedal, the foot off the pedal,
Yeah.
No, we're not.
it only gets worse.
We're not talking about taking a foot off the pedal cup. We're just talking about lowering the risk elements.
What?
2 less jives. What would you bid for 2 less jives in 25 knots of wind?
Yeah, sometimes it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah. And after you've been on the water for an hour and a quarter on the water, Cub.
And in the water.
And in the water, exactly.
Yeah, there'll be a few bruises going around, so let's see how we go.
So I think of that result, the people most pleased with themselves would be your name, Fisher and Peichel in 4th, and True and Partners in 6th.
How about Yander? You'd be pretty pleased with those.
Yeah, but his expectation is pretty high, Jimmy. It's like...
Well, still.
Yeah, no, good effort. Great. Super effort. But,
Always nice to smell the gun smoke.
oh, absolutely.
No, look, it's consistency these days. The boats are also close in boat speed. We do have a couple of standout crews at the moment, highly experienced ones. But the chasing peloton, Bucko, as you say a lot, there's some good class there. There's a couple of new boats, all with good gear.
Yeah.
And it's good to watch. Like one day you think your team that you've selected is probably not going so well. Next week they win in a race. So What about a tip for this second race, Bucko?
I'm not a betting man, Cub.
Come on.
As somebody said, even predictions are difficult things, particularly about predicting the future, Cub.
Bit of a change of helmsman on the 6th. Tim's steering it.
Oh,
Right at the
okay.
bow. So
Tim had a skiff, Tim
Morishima,
Morishima.
yeah.
He was actually racing a skiff for a season a couple of years ago.
with
Three seasons ago?
3 seasons ago with Alex Chittenden and Birkenhead Point Marina before.
Oh, so they had it prior to the boys. So no.
I think that's why the boys got it, because 3 very capable boat builders.
It was interesting when we did that, the boys did it over Christmas last year and cut the deck out. They had a spare deck sitting up at Van Munster's, the class builder. Brett got it down out of the shelf. The boys did all the work, cut out the soft deck. There was water coming out of it as they were using the grinder on it. That's always a bad sign.
Waterlogged Nomex, not good.
Waterlogged Nomex. And look, they got the new deck on and probably finished last season, what was in 10th spot overall in the JJs or whatever, but it was that was a good effort for them. That's where they needed to finish. So,
Exactly.
and the new boat, well, they've had to set that up from scratch and probably haven't done that before. Realised how much work's involved in even putting a brand new skiff together, even though you get a lot of stuff supplied by the club. And it's just taken them a little while to get it to where they want it, and I can see a few improvements still to come. So I think all the guys are working on their boats.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're down to millimetres now, not inches, and even the Andu goes home at the end of the day, and they work on that during the week, and there's just all the fine tuning happening.
And especially with a lot of these newer teams, coming from 29ers, 49ers, there's a hell of a lot more involved in these 18s as far as the stress loads on everything. So you're not just hosing the boat down when you get it home and go, oh, we broke a shackle or something. You're literally going over everything to make sure that you live to fight for a full day.
Yeah. No, look, all the crews here are doing some work on their boats during the week just to try and improve them all the time. And some of that's just maintenance, as you said, Jimmy, and some of it's looking for that
Tuning.
That little bit extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sail recut. As much as they're one design class, there's still quite a fair bit that the crews can play with. Like, there's a few different mast companies that supply masts. Probably the hulls are obviously all the same, built out of the same mould by Brett Van Munster up at Wyong. There's a little bit of play in centreboard cases and things like that. A few different sail makers, maybe.
And some, the mast height's, regulated, but the sail dimensions are essentially not regulated, and so you can resize your sails to some degree if you want. And just a little correction, Cubby, Mr. Van Munster's shop is now in Morisset. If you went looking at Wyong, you wouldn't find him.
Oh, okay. We've driven up there a couple of times.
Just off the freeway, mate.
Just relying on the Google Maps too much.
Yeah.
It's not. Post-payment flag up. They're just rejigging the line at the moment. And I think I don't know whether they brought the pin up.
Well, I think the pin might have drifted a bit, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Just suspicious of that, in fact.
It does look a bit shorter. Yeah.
Maybe they've shortened it up. That's maybe what they did.
Should leave it long. Should let them go. Now, all the starters and riders still here. A couple of guys not upright, I think, though, Cub, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I don't think any of the boats have gone home, Bucko, as such. Not seeing any movement in the Double Bay area.
Yeah, I think maybe the Noakes Red is not.
They're just up here at Steel Point.
Yeah, no, I saw
Bucko.
Noakes Red.
Are they back upright again? Okay.
Yep, they're back upright.
Good. Good, good, good.
There's Johnny winning on screen. He'll be pretty happy with that first race.
And let's see how this next one goes. It's now an endurance test, this next race. You know, the boys have been in the water for getting close to an hour and a half by the time the OP's over. And so the postponement's over.
Royal Oak on screen. At least they got a finish.
Yeah, but not a keeper cup.
Well, maybe not a keeper, but
All the better for the experience.
No, definitely, absolutely.
all right.
Timer's finally back up, so not far off the start. 6:30 timer, so
Yeah, they needed to shift the pin in further than they've done it. But anyway. So, compass bearing to, so I haven't moved the windward mark, and leg length the same, so the windward mark's where it was.
I think that just makes it easier on the race committee, Bucko.
Yeah, and on the cruise, because, you know, plan A, plan B, yeah, we know where that mark is, roughly.
All right.
And we know
AP's down.
We know maybe where the ley line is to the, back into the bottom mark cover.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Breeze a fairway in the right. Probably 160, I would estimate. Yeah, 160 distinctly. 160 and 22 to 25, or 18 to 25 probably, I suppose.
Good part about this afternoon's the second race, Bucko. I think a lot of the traffic's cleared off the harbour, so that's just going to make it a little bit more straightforward for the competitors.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty busy place there at various stages, wasn't it, in the first race?
Yeah.
I mean, we all remember how hard race management was on a shiny summer's day on Sydney Harbour, don't we?
Yeah, look, it's you hit that Saturday afternoon, or you know, which we race Saturdays and Sundays, but you hit the Sunday afternoon in the middle of summer, and you've got a couple of thousand boats out here on Sydney Harbour and having a bit of recreational time, and at least a dozen clubs racing.
Yeah, no, it's an immense challenge, and for the viewers, the Cup does drive a commercial ferry for actual earn every day or two, so he's used to it, but it's still a challenge, isn't it?
Oh, look, it's one of those things, Sydney Harbour. We're lucky we've got the big freshwater class ferry, and we're lucky we've got the Orange Diamond. So that's a little local rule for Sydney Harbour, which gives us some bit of a fair go. So
a priority, yeah, indeed.
But in all fairness, though, Cubby, all of the captains that have been driving the freshwater class have been pretty good ducking and weaving. Quite a bit, you know, like I've watched them a few times, both here and up the other end of the harbour, where they've sort of slowed down, taken a bit of a turnaround here and there just to, you know, save anything.
They're all professionals, Jimmy, like yourself. You know, like you have a commercial licence to drive the camera cat. Now, none of the guys want to be sitting down filling out the, you know, the 6-page report,
The accident report.
You know, the mandatory drug testing, all that sort of stuff. So, look, it's one of those things. If you've got to apply the rules, in my mind, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of give and take early is a good word of advice for anyone driving a boat. You know.
Okay, folks, it's coming to 3 minutes. and the Fleet Conservative. Your boys on port at the other end at the moment, Cub. What have you been talking to them, advising them?
No. What's young Kirk Mitchell,
Yep.
Australian Cherub champion in his own right.
Yep.
Very good operator.
Daniel Stevenson on the main sheet now. He sailed with Kirk and was Australian champion as well. Dan sailed with Kirk at some stage and got a second in the Cherub National. So they know what they're doing. And if they get a reasonable start, they've got a chance.
Clearly it's fast enough, and they've just got to get a bit more polish on the cornering, really. Haven't they?
Well, that's what it boils down to, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, folks. Oh, and not super windy again, just faded back a little bit. So
How cashed up is the restaurant at the Palace, Cubby? Could they be their sponsor?
The Drummoyne Sailing Club. Look, they probably could. I'm not sure they want to part with the cash. Look, just shy of 2 minutes now to the start. Everyone's starting to rack up a little bit. Are we going right or left?
no, we're going right.
We're going right again.
Proven.
All on right.
Okay.
Put it all on the black, as they say.
Right.
And pressure coming from the right Cub. I don't know if for the viewers not on screen, but it looks just like a build and a little bit of rotation again. And some more grey clouds, which usually indicate a little more wind coming, at least not fading. A minute 20, and Fleet. A lot of the sixth a little bit too far advanced, I think. Oh no, they're coming back
Just
around.
taking back around.
Yep. Okay, fair enough.
All right. And Doo's in a good spot there.
And they're going for the low risk version this time, Cub, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Less than a minute. 50 seconds.
I would hope.
Yeah, I think everyone's being a little conservative this start, Bucko, by the looks of it.
Well, they know that race is not won on the start line, don't they? They know that just keep it upright and don't do anything too silly. You'll get on the podium probably.
Okay, on the extreme right, we've got your name here, just struggling to make the line.
No Noakes Red. I can't see Noakes Red anywhere.
15 seconds to go.
And the Rag and Famish at the boat at the top end of the line, sixth nearest to the leeward end with Fisher and Pykle and the Kitchen Maker down that end.
5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Pretty even start, maybe a good one for the Andu.
No, he's too close to Marine Outlet Cup. I think you'll find. But anyway, they've got, in a little while, I'll have freedom to tack, I would think, but perhaps not. It's a big squeezing match, isn't it?
Looks like it.
So your boys behind the Fleet on port.
Not the best effort, and we're just talking about that.
Yeah.
See how important it is. Let's see how they go. 6 got a clean pair of heels there at the moment.
Yeah, they didn't muck around. Andu's got the hammer down.
Okay, only a few going left at this stage. I'm sorry, only a few choosing to go right on it.
V4 was OCS, there we go. Ooh.
All right. Mustn't be looking at their little flashing light in the boat.
The red light was flashing.
There it is on screen.
Ding, ding, ding. Well, it's a bit unfortunate for the Finport. They've been sailing really well today, and the benefit of doing well in that first race would have seen them in good stead for this second race. Keegan, I assume, has got a spot in a 16-foot skip somewhere in Belmont.
Does he? Or is either a 16-foot skip or a moth? That's where Keegan would be, probably.
Oh, okay.
So a little pulse of pressure coming down through Rose Bay here now. Mainsail's inverted. The guys you can see there on screen, inside out in the head of the mainsails.
What's going on with the top of the main on 6 there, Bucko?
It's lovely. It's inverted.
Yeah, that's they've got that little bit of adjustment at the top of the mainsail. It's just too much of these, I think.
Well, they're travelling all right.
Andu placed nicely there. Slightly to windward of the other two.
Yeah, so maybe this time around, they're just going less tax theory.
Maybe.
Don't worry about the right-hand side.
It's definitely fresh up through here. The lead up to the golf club up there in Rose Bay. We're seeing white caps again, so the breeze is up. Yandu's nicely placed once again.
Very solid pressure in here now. With the camera cat, we're travelling to leeward of the fleet. Finport actually pretty high and fast. And OCS. Yeah. Oh well.
Well, good reason to be up near the leaders if you had a little starting advantage. So
yeah, but he's going through the water pretty well.
Well, that just proves the benefits of the Vacara starting system. In the good old days, they would have sort of waved him through, Bucko.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought it was a clean start, but I suspect the Vacaris is more accurate than my old eyeballs.
Yeah, I suspect that as well.
Indeed.
I think that's why they sell it, Bucko.
Probably true. Probably true.
Okay, definitely this is the freshest leg of the race to date, or even today.
Yeah, so we're travelling with 6. We're just down to lure of 6. Bit of main flappage going on and fully flattened, the head inverted. Not bad.
Burrowing doing a little bit better this race, hanging in there just after the start.
Oh, the 6 looking pretty untidy in the tack. But they got out of it.
Yep.
Oh, no, Andu further upstream, also untidy.
He's got the burrowing coming in on starboard.
Very solid.
Yeah.
Very solid.
Whoa. It's a classic port and starboard there. We want to see Andu doing some penalty.
Good luck with that, Cubby.
Yes. Sort it out in the car park.
Later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Woody's bounced away again.
So the crews would know now with this pressure, upper range, 25 knots.
Yeah, no, it's increased.
Yeah, they'll be
way
thinking
more than the last race.
all we need to do is get around upright.
Oh, so this is a test of their seamanship skills, really. They like it. If you get around the course. Oh, just back on John Winning. He's about to tack, so let's keep an eye on him.
And he's fairly well up on the Port Tack ley line, isn't he, Cup?
Yep. He could actually be close to a lay there.
Yeah. But it's a port rounding, so it's inconsequential, but that's his relative position on the track. You see there, full mainsail inversion in the path. Very windy in front of him.
He's actually got a comfortable lead.
Yeah, the bearaway might be interesting, Cup. Do you think?
Well, that's always going to be interesting in 25.
Yeah, so I think this might actually be about the peak of the wind speed. And just looking at the sky, some pretty low brown clouds out to the west of us to a bit, but just roughly estimating from the wind models and the speed of the trough movement. Okay, 4 o'clock was the estimate for 4 o'clock local daylight saving time estimate for the peak wind speed, and that's about where we are.
So the thing that's helping the boats actually get away around this top mark in this stronger breeze is the water's still flat. So
yeah, we've got a good windward shore protection.
Yeah. So just on screen in the distance in front of Yandu, we've got Finport, who we know as OCS, and Andu, but coming in from the right, is that your name here?
It is indeed, Cup.
So,
There was a method in their port tack behind the Fleet Star.
I'm not sure there was a method there. He's got a... Alright, so probably breeze, as you would expect, just backed off a little right up here in Rose Bay.
Yeah, indeed. Got hit by a big bullet then, almost went in.
Coming back soon.
Okay, so out in the distance, top of the screen, your name here just
Cross Finport.
cross Finport.
No, they're crossing Andu easily. Sorry, okay.
Andu on screen look to be in second place as they're closing in on the top mark. So
Going to be a quick race, isn't it?
yeah. Majority of the fleet's still upright. That's a good sign. Although, is that Rag and Famish just having a little capsize in the distance?
A little lie down, they got tired, mate.
Yeah, a little lay down. Okay, Finport's on a lay to the top mark, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And then there's some of those boats that went further out to the right have probably just overstood this top mark a little bit.
Yeah, no, they're well up, aren't they?
Yeah, no, if I was...
Finport in particular.
Okay.
Everybody's overstood.
Everyone.
Yep.
Finport's out.
Yeah.
So-
Finport's out.
Well, we still checking on his performance, Jimmy. It's been good.
Okay.
And we were a bit wrong there, Cub. It wasn't Rag and Famish.
Bit of a traffic jam here at the top mark the first time.
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa.
Good bit of pressure, a little bit of cloud, and wow. Yo, boys,
There we go.
all good.
They're good. Yep. Finport, our current race leader, is obviously OCS, so
He's going through the motions.
going through the motions. Green Outlet back up there again in probably second, if not third spot. Okay, clean set on the Andu. Your name here. They got their chute up clean. Bow mains in good shape.
And a good bit of sting coming to help them down the run, Cup.
Rag and Famish still trying to bear away.
I didn't see what happened to Woody in the Andu, but he's obviously dropped back a little bit.
Yeah, he must have had
I think the breeze went a little bit right and he was, well, furthest left.
No, I think he had a slow tack. I think he got in irons.
It's more than a slow tack, that distance, surely.
No, you get in irons into 18 in this wind speed, you can be there for a while, can't you, Cub?
Well, you can. Yeah, it does. Well, he's dropped some time.
Yeah. Saw greatness and ran from it.
That's it.
So here we go, the Burrowing away, the Windward Mark, the Royal Oak 4 Pines coming around now. Fisher and Pikell well back. Got left in the Starting Gate Cup.
Well, there's a bit of a graveyard down the course now too. There's
Yeah.
definitely. So no. Fisher and Michael there just to drop the Spinnaker Elliott over the side.
Yep.
Okay, John winning.
In the tide.
Not yet.
No. That's some rescue. Anyway, we're travelling with Finport. Very fresh. Very fresh.
You got the pedal to the metal here, Bucko. I think it's interesting too because you don't realise when you're on board how actually fast you're going. You're concentrating on your job at hand and it doesn't really bother you how fast you're going. Right, here's our top four on screen. Going through the motions, Finport. Our race leader, Balmain.
Balmain with your on shoot, and your name here in second, out of shot in
Just out of shot.
in second, and plenty of wind come.
And there's a couple of very solid chasers in Andu and Yendu right behind these top three. Okay, well, if you look behind us, Bucket, that breeze is building, so...
Yeah, no. 25 and a bit, I would say.
Next 18-foot skiff trick trying to get a Spinnaker down in this way to breeze.
Nearly at the limit for shoots, not quite.
A couple of early drops, yeah.
Balmain boys made a good stab at it, and here they go for the drop. Sensational.
Okay. The first three boats have both elected to drop Spinnakers early. Most of them choosing to do like a one-out drop, so main sheet hand stays out on the wing, forward hand in, he's dropping all the halyards and tack lines on his own and then putting the Spinnaker away. Not an easy thing to do.
Well, it's easy if you know how come.
Well, you've got someone yelling at you to tell you to do it.
No, providing advice, it's
all right. Encouragement, I think it was. Yeah. All right, so we've got a new race leader.
Wow.
Balmain.
Bit of water skiing on the Balmain. Crikey. And
let's see, any rights for the Finport there?
Yes, he has got rights.
Okay.
But they're not too concerned about all that, I don't think. They're worried about dialing up and just shooting on.
Okay.
Nicely done, boys.
We'll give that to Finport, Balmain in second, and your name here just about around in third spot.
Nice work, boys. And they look to be the fastest boat upwind to me, Cup. Is that possible?
It's always a bit hard to tell from that distance.
No, but you know what I'm saying. They're certainly not slow, are they?
Look, maybe Jack was right. You know, go the right way. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yendu going around the mark now. Closely followed by the Yendu. Yes, they're all definitely going to the right-hand side this time. Well, just remembering, too, this is the last work to the top mark. This is only a 2-lap race, Bucket. So
it's a good plan.
It is a good plan.
It is a good plan. Marine Outlet on an absolute screamer.
Yeah. Nicely around that one.
Nicely dialed up, though, so good.
It's got the Rag and Famish and Burrowang, young Henrys.
Everybody pretty good around. Oh, I just said pretty good, and the Burrowang goes into Windward Cup. Did I sink them?
Yeah.
That's sort of what they did in the last race, in that last bottom mark.
Still trying to unwind themselves, I think.
And then next one around will be the Kitchen Maker, and then still sort of halfway down the run is the Smeg and Shore and Partners.
Yeah, a bit of riding lever action, but shared between those two.
Breeze is very gusty. Okay.
Yeah.
Kitchen Maker on screen.
So breeze just a little softer down the bottom half of the track.
In the background there's the Smeg.
The Smeg coming in hot.
I think he might have had a bit of riding lever action there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still.
Like Nathan and his team on board the Smeg, they've had a... You look at the start of their season, I think they've done pretty well.
Yeah.
They did get a perfectly prepared boat from Coco and his team from Ricky Bridge from last year. And you know, in the light stuff, they're competitive and just working their way through the fresh stuff. A few more races on the water in the fresher stuff, and they'll be there as well.
So they could have timed to drop a little better, but anyway, that's by the by, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seaplane up in Rose Bay, taking off, putting up a bit of emulsion.
Yep.
Emulsion.
Yeah.
Meg on screen. Look, they're a little bit behind the leaders, but
There's
TKM. Very solid line of breeze coming, Cubby. Got any more jib leech we can put up? Hey?
you can see the white caps there now. This breeze, as we said before, is maxing out now. 20-25 knots.
Yep.
shout out to Matty Lyons who's watching. He said it's -7 here. Most of the country are snowed in. Shout out to Heidi in Austin. That I think Matty gets up at 4 AM to watch our stream live, and then watches it again with Heidi in Austin a bit later on. So g'day Heidi in Austin.
So folks, there's an idea of the water surface with about half a mile of fetch. Pretty bouncy and pretty frisky.
I noticed the crew on the burrowing were just in before doing a little bit of work up on the headsail area, but I'm not sure. They seem to be okay now and up and running.
Adjusting the clue board, like I said.
Well, maybe. You do that upwind in 20 knots?
No,
Not advisable.
No.
I wasn't recommending it. But
No, okay.
Be more in between races if you were going to try and do it, right, Bucko?
yeah, exactly.
Not their best tack.
But not their worst either.
No, not their worst. There's the club ferry in the background. Still got to be one of the best things to do on a Sunday afternoon. Go and watch a skiff race on the ferry.
Absolutely.
I think in this short space of time, Bucko, I think we may see just a couple of place changes. We've been following the guys down the back of the fleet a little bit as we're coming up to the top mark for the last time, and I'm noticing maybe Yandu's improved their position a couple.
Well, Finport and Balmain are still nominally in the lead, and your boys are there and thereabouts. Very windy now. The bloke's fully flapping the mainsails in the pub.
Bit more flappage.
But it's survival here now, for sure. The Barroway determinative, one would think. And the Balmain boys look like they've got a pretty good handle on it though, Cup.
Yeah, no, they're in control.
Yeah. And they don't have the big jib set up. They've got the smaller.
Might actually be helping them today. Yeah. It's in excess of the big jib, I'd say.
Yeah. You know, and they aren't the heaviest crew by any stretch, so this is a pretty good effort. Wow, they're in high ride, so.
Okay, yeah, that's.
Well, that bloke might be win the VIP Kumquat award. You think the bloke in the stupid bloody
Jet boat.
The jet boat, yeah. Well, I think we'll award that straight away.
just on the spot?
Just because they're jet boats.
Yeah. So definitely, as Bucko alluded to just before, the boats who are on the right-hand side of this course are picking up an amazing right-hand shift.
A little bit of geography and probably a little bit of persistent as well, but
All right, so.
And a bit of relief from the gale too, hard up on the right edge.
So just a little recap for our viewers. Finport was over the start early and will be technically a OCS.
That's correct.
So they are not our race leader. Current race leader would be Balmain in that case, followed closely by Yandu, and your name here. So just bear that in mind as we watch them run down to the finish. The placings will be with Finport out. Are they going to lay that top mark from there, Bucko?
So I just sort of put the hammers down to get up there.
Yeah, they're like...
Getting more right and right as they get closer.
If they don't make it, it's 2 tacks, it's slow.
No, the body language says we're laying easily. Who can get the barrel weight? Who can get the barrel weight done?
Andu's struggling to get behind them there.
Yep. And they've got a little lull, in fact, at the corner.
It's close.
Yep.
Look at that. There's boat on boat.
Yeah.
And a big cruise boat in the distance.
And they're all struggling to get the bow down.
Yeah, no one's keen to go just yet. There goes
Balmain, they're off the wing.
A little bit of water skiing.
They're in trouble.
There's a collision, is it? No.
They're in the tide.
Balmain, definitely.
Yep.
So that gives the race lead to Andu at this stage.
How about that, eh?
Yeah, straight.
That was wild.
Very wild. Andu got their Spinnaker up.
This poor bloke in his powerboat just trying to go back to Royal Motor Yacht Club is just going, didn't see that
Andu
happening.
about to round the mark. Let's see how they go.
Never in doubt.
Nice and steady. Yeah.
Steady Eddie.
Yeah. Yep. Great bit of action there.
A big stack on the Balmain.
Yeah. Alrighty.
One good thing is they didn't have the Spinnaker up at the time.
That is a good thing.
Just on the race lead.
If you can find a good thing in a windward skate capsize, Jimmy. I can't find many. But
There isn't many, mate.
Your name here. And he's got a big bit of...
that guy. Well, maybe we gave away that prize too early, Bucko.
Might have to take it back.
I think we'll take it back off the jet boat and give it to the guy in
Redistribute it.
the blue and white cruiser. Alrighty.
Oh, this is going to be carnage in this run, I think.
Well, let's see. We've got Andu in the distance. He's our current race leader.
But he looks like he's
he's over.
tired.
Okay.
I said it might be getting to the limit, did I?
We're soaking up a bit of seawater there.
Yeah, they just got blown over then.
Yeah.
So there comes a point in these boats at about 30 knots of wind where the Spinnaker ceases to be operating understalled. And bad things can happen pretty quickly.
Yeah. So,
Yandu, the new leader.
race leader Yandu. Got that 100-footer coming up the harbour too. Hopefully they stay clear.
Law Connect. Dylan, our regular drone pilot, Kekman on board there, going over.
Yeah. They're struggling.
Yandu, an absolute full noise. Dump the shirt off through a bit of bad seaway. Sheety back on again. Talk to your crewmates and go, yes, no. Bumpy water coming up.
You've got to see the two different styles. You've got the fin port, 3 out on trap, right out on the end of the wings.
And
Looks like they're in control.
Mainsail jammed on.
Yeah, whereas Johnny winning, sitting in,
Mainsail halfway out.
a lot more control over his boat now, I think.
Yeah, he looks... Yeah, there's probably too much stalling on the fin port, I think. With the mainsail.
There's no need for Yandu to push this.
Yeah, but
He probably doesn't realise that fin port's
you
OCS.
can't take your foot half off the pedal, can you though? Cup?
No, not at all.
We've seen them do good work in...
Well, that's what we were talking about
in some
before.
bumpy water there.
That's their textbook, Yandu. Woody sitting in, 2 guys swinging.
Yeah, and the crew weight can be slightly further aft.
Yeah.
And they're bound to have a little ferry wave action. Been known to cause trouble. Here we go. Fin put the lure.
Ooh.
Wow. Well done, guys.
Now, Finport's going to lay through that finish line,
I think so.
but as we know, they're just going through the motions.
Quite skillfully going through the motions, Cup.
Although, there's the finish mark there.
Yeah. Finport's
On the
dropping.
Near the grey duck.
No, the Finport's figured out that they didn't. They were OCS. Hopefully.
Okay. Good, right. Race leader, Yandu. He's only seconds from finishing.
Stayed upright.
second win of the day.
Obeyed our instructions, didn't he, Cup?
Yeah. Kept everything to a minimum.
Yeah. Very nice low risk effort. To the extent you can have a low risk effort
Yeah.
in an 18 footer in 20
This will
to
be
24,
close for second.
25 knots a wind.
Well, I think Fisher and Pikel are still going around.
No, they're a lap behind though.
They're a lap behind, yeah. That's what.
That probably explains.
I'm thinking your name here.
A
Kirk Mitchell,
a good day out for your boys.
Andrew
Cubby.
Stevenson, Daniel Barnett.
Yeah.
That's potentially a great effort from them.
So, Cubby, you see how far the breezes move? They're nearly down the run with no starboard jibe.
Yeah.
That's another 20 degrees as it built, yeah?
They would too.
Yeah, okay. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't sail for very far.
No. Okay. Watering on the finish line and
And
your
a nice lull to get the shoot off.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Second place for your name here.
Good work,
Yeah,
boys.
excellent.
Excellent work.
And I think third place is potentially Rag and Famish.
Yeah, with a bit of a Clancy of the overlay with the finish line.
Yeah.
Possibly the burrowing.
Possibly the Burrowing. So Burrowing just out of control to the right of the Rag and Famish. He's a wise man, Shipper. All right, we're on screen now with Burrowing. He's just full stretch.
Oh.
I think we're getting busy.
Yeah, he's got a lay to finish. Get third. How about that?
Yeah, no, big effort on it. Their first race wasn't so good. They'll be happy with that third spot.
And the Rag and Famish reaching in from the overlay will get fourth.
Yeah. Can we see anyone else still upright?
Mate, but when we left the top mark, I think Armageddon must have hit up there.
No, well, Andrew went in the tide and Balmain. And
There's literally no one.
Yeah.
The next shoot's only just set now, Bucko.
Yeah, I'm seeing Shaw and partners in the distance.
Yeah. But, you know, the Andrew capsize into windward with shooter.
No, here they are with no Spinnaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty untidy half an hour, you know, kind of.
Still going to get them fourth.
Yeah.
Here comes Andrew. Now we think they're still sitting in fourth spot. No Spinnaker on currently, but heading to the finish line.
Yeah, probably a bit battered, I would say, Cup.
Yep. I'd still be happy with a fourth or fifth spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still a sensational effort.
Shaw and Partner's going to come and give them a run for it. Probably going more than double their speed, so they will pass them, I think, provided they stay upright. And a good heading puff, Cup.
Might be, yeah, there's a good one coming around the right-hand side of the island, so...
Here we go, boys and girls, the Shaw and Partners. They've been on the fin earlier and making a good fist of keeping on. And they're about to get into some headed pressure. Heat her up, Emma, and get to it. Because it's happening. It is happening. Cam McDonald and Tom Quigley, and they're just waiting for the puff.
Okay, quick.
They're going to need all hands on deck when they get that.
Yeah.
So we've got a few other boats in the distance. Smeg still upright, Marine Outlet still up. So we're going to end up with a reasonable amount of finishes, albeit quietly spread out.
adopting the Woody style of steering here.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with that. It worked for Woody.
So, Cub, looking at that mainsail, I would have said Let's Bang would be better. What do you think?
I think they've just sort of come around the top mark and maybe not adjusted too much.
You can't bear away without the bang off a bit.
Yeah.
Still just not sympathetic enough.
They could probably lose some Cunningham.
Oh, they'll be enjoying it though.
I think they'll still lay the line.
Yeah.
They're a little bit lighter behind us at the moment. So,
Cam McDonald, highly experienced 14-footer and 12-footer sailor. Well, they're going to have to go to the Flagosaurus here, aren't they, Cup?
yeah.
No, they're right. Never in out.
The arms weren't long enough, Bucko.
It's good we can get this close into the boat and have a look at what the crew are doing. Have a look at the concentration.
Yeah.
They'll be glad to get across that finish line.
Beautiful,
well
right?
done. You know, was that sort of 7th spot, I'd say?
Well, the Burrowing was third. The Ragafans was 4th. Who got 5th? Remind me.
And
And who got 5th? And therefore those guys got 6th.
there you go.
Correct.
Smeg and Marine Outlet.
Okay, so they don't seem to be running down here with the same sort of squalls as the
Same
previous
anger?
one. Yeah.
No, that was pretty windy there for a while, wasn't it? The puff that got Ando was serious.
Yeah.
They just basically ran out of riding moment.
But the
Probably just stuck the bow in a little bit, Cup or something, and
Manly Ferry Queenscliff coming into play here with our two boats coming to the finish. Just coming in from the left-hand side.
classic stuff. Here you go, girls
Here
and
we
boys.
go. Smeg's taking the notes.
No, they're clear. It's okay. They just can't go too fast, but a bit tough on these tail enders. The breeze actually rotated back to the left again.
Yeah.
Look at Upwind.
Oh,
Wow, this might be a bit exciting here, guys.
there we go. That's true.
The Smeg.
Smeg's got to point the bow up quickly.
Oh, bad things can happen behind that ferry, Cup, as you well know.
Especially to leeward.
Yes. Indeed.
All right, bit of flappage
there
with
it
the
is.
Smeg. Oh,
You'll be putting some money on the windward capsize.
keep an eye on Smeg. It's not there yet. There's a bit of water skiing going on. Nathan's struggling to get back on board. He's there. They've still got potentially 2 jibes, those two. At least one.
At least one. No, they might get down there. No, maybe not. Yeah, maybe.
Smeg probably liking their chance to get down there on the front of that gust, but that Marine Outlet.
They have to make a decision soon.
Well, the Marine Outlet's going to set up a jibe, I think, or the Smeg's going to eat it here.
It's slow for Smeg. Will they keep it upright?
They didn't tip over on the Marine
The
Outlet.
Marine Outlet's going to give it a crack.
Oh, that's not in the textbook. That's not in the textbook. Oh, it's a beauty, isn't it?
How to not.
How not to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit of lack of decision making there.
Oh, you can't, those decisions, you really need to have them made a couple 100 metres back out on the course. You can argue who has got rights and who hasn't.
But the ferry distracted them and kept them busy, and,
Yeah.
We're going to give Marine Outlet 8s anyway, aren't we? Because they're not quite yet, but soon.
They would have drifted through the line almost.
Yeah, I think they're over. Let's give it to them anyway. A bit of. Oh, that's.
No, they just need to sit on the fin for a minute. They'll get there.
There's the horn there now, so they're definitely over. Yeah.
Happy as ever.
Any part of the yacht equipment in its normal position, which includes capsizing.
People on the riding leader.
That looks normal
Exactly.
for today. Wow.
Yeah, that's, I think, the word of the day, Cup. Wow.
Yeah, we've seen some great sailing, haven't we?
No,
today.
it's pretty classic stuff.
And whew, I'll be tired when I go home tonight. I won't even watch you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, And the old fella and the two young fellas got it round pretty good.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, the crew work there was spectacular.
And as perhaps anticipated to some degree, the makeshift combinations had a bit of a tough day out.
Yeah.
By and large. And the people who would have been encouraged were Your Name Here, significant. Finport for just being able to go around and with a makeshift operation but still lead. And Balmain led but then ran from greatness in a pretty untidy intersection with a power boat and a few other things and a big puff. And
had a lot on up there, didn't they?
Plentyon.com. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, a super day. So just recap, I think, second race today, Yandu 1, Your Name Here 2, Burrowing 3, good effort from those boys.
Excellent.
4, Dragon Famish, 5, Andu after a big long end over end type capsize. Short Partners, I think after a small capsize, 6, Smeg, Marine Outlet, and Your Majesty, there's no 9th.
Unless they're still coming.
Yeah.
Not at this moment.
No, not at this moment. So, Cup, thanks for joining us today. Been awesome as usual. You can revert back to the ferry and some liquid refreshments.
Always good to be part of the Sail Media team. Thanks to all the crew here for having me.
Always great having you, Cubby.
So, and thanks to Sam, Rob, Piers and Chits for A-grade technical and camera work on a pretty challenging day with lots to take pictures of. Well done, boys and girls.
You don't realise what goes on behind the scenes
we don't need to know.
No. Yeah.
That's why they're back there.
Good heads for radio, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent, good heads for radio, exactly. This has been a Sail Media production. For whom, Jimmy?
The 18-foot.
Bar and Grill.
No, the league, mate. 18-footers league.
No, that was a joke, Josh. So, folks, I hope you've enjoyed it. We sure did. Andrew Buckland signing out from Sydney Harbour. Same time next week. Thanks for listening.